Let a parking meter expire, you risk a $20 fine. Park in a handicapped spot and risk a $200 fine. Which violation are you more likely to commit? I think that's a pretty self-explanatory question. I mean, who has a spare $200 laying around? The death penalty may sound unconstitutional, but is an important tool for preserving law and order, discouraging crime, and it costs significantly less than life in prison. In my speech, I'm going to inform you on what the death penalty actually is, the problem and controversies of the death penalty in the United States, and propose my view and opinion on the death penalty. What the heck is this so-called death penalty? According to the Merriam-Webster's online dictionary, the official definition of the death penalty is death as punishment given by course of law for very serious crime or crimes. The problem. A problem is a matter of situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needed to be dealt with and overcome. The problem. Crime rates are far higher in the United States than in Europe, Japan, or even Canada, along with more rapes, robberies, and assaults than any other countries. Basically, in this world we call our home, bad things are happening, and every year that passes, the number of so-called bad things increase. In our small town and big cities, many people are losing that feeling of safety they once had. According to the U.S. Bureau of Justice Statistics in 2013, 2,220,300 adults were incarcerated in U.S. federal prisons, state prisons, and county jails. An article by Tribune News Service in October of 2014 states that the death penalty saves lives. Think about the example I gave you in my introduction. Chances are you would rather have a parking meter expire than park in a handicapped spot and face $100 more of a fine. So if you're going to commit a crime, you must likely think about the punishment you could face. Spending your whole life in prison is not an ideal life, but it sure beats the death row. A story published in the Boston Globe in August of 2016 explains the story of Dmitry Sinov. Dmitry had a brief girlfriend, but soon the relationship ended. Dmitry was furious and continued to pursue his now ex-girlfriend. Crazy enough, he soon started plotting to kill her. He attached a GPS to her car and eventually ambushed her and fired many rounds at her. What does this gory, sad story have to do with the death penalty? Turns out, Dmitry first checked whether the state he committed the crime was a death penalty state or not. The question is, would Dmitry's girlfriend still be alive if there was a death penalty enforced in this particular state or in every state in the U.S.? If nothing changes, the crime rates, and especially the murder rates, will continue to increase every year. The death penalty in the United States is reserved for the most heinous murders and the most brutal and conscienceless murders. Many critics believe that the state runs a lottery that randomly chooses an unlucky few for the ultimate penalty from among those convicted of murders. Wrong. The capital punishment is a filter that selects the worst of the worst. Next time someone claims that the death penalty is wrong because someone innocent could be punished or that the criminal simply made a mistake, correct them. No one kills another human in cold blood by accident. Death is not a topic everyone wants to talk about. To finish up, I want you to remember these three very important details. The death penalty is a punishment by law for very serious crimes. Crime rates are much higher in the United States than multiple other countries, and the death penalty in the United States is reserved for the most heinous murder and most brutal and conscious murders. The death penalty may sound unconstitutional, but it plays a huge role in the U.S. by discouraging crime and saves the U.S. money that would be going towards prison.